Hello, my friends. This week we have a very important day coming up on Wednesday, November the 11th, and we call this day Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day is a very special day where we honor all of the people, all of the men and the women who have fought for us and our freedom in the wars around the world over time, and all of the men and women who are still standing up for our freedom now. So these people are very, very important, and it is important to remember all of the hard work that they do to help keep us safe and protect us. And Remembrance Day is one day out of the year that we take some time to think about all of the wonderful things that they have done for us. So one of the symbols that we use on Remembrance Day is a poppy. A poppy is a red flower that you'll probably see people wearing them on their clothes or on their coats. It's a red flower with a black center. Sometimes the center is green. And if you see someone with a poppy on, you'll know that they are thinking about Remembrance Day and all of the men and women who stand up for our freedom. Now, I'm going to show you two different ways to make a poppy picture because I know that all of you have different kinds of materials in your houses. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can try. You can do both if you have all the materials at home and you really like them, you'd like to try them, that's fine. Or you can try the one that suits the materials you have at home. The first one I'm going to do is using colored paper. You could also do it entirely with crayon or entirely with marker, okay? So the first thing that I am going to do, because I do not have any blue paper, but I want my paper to be blue, I'm going to color it with marker. Now this marker is running out a little bit, but I don't really mind. I kind of like the fact that the color is a little bit faded. And I'm going to be covering up a lot of it anyway, so. I'm not too worried about the fact that the blue color is not very dark. And like I said, you could leave the back of your paper, you could leave the paper white if you want to. You could color it with crayons if you want to. Totally up to you. All right. The next thing I want to do is make the petals for my poppies. Now, I said before, poppies are red. The poppies that we use to symbolize Remembrance Day are red. And the easiest way that I have found to make a poppy is to use heart shapes. You need 4 heart shapes to make a poppy this way. So I have a rectangle of red paper. You can also use white paper and color it red. That will work too. And this is the trick to help a young friend make a heart. You fold the paper in half and then you draw where the fold is, you draw half a heart, like that. And then keeping it folded, the kindergarten student can cut along the black line, but it has to stay folded for it to work. Sometimes our friends want to open the paper up when they cut. but that won't work. You have to keep it folded for the trick to work, okay, friends? And one way you can remember to keep it folded is if you put a staple in it or a piece of tape or something to keep it closed, okay? And then you cut on the black line all the way around. And when you open it up, it's a heart, okay? So I have a few others here. Here we are. I think I want this heart to be bigger. So once again, you take the piece of paper, you fold it in half, like that. On the folded part, that's the part that you want. So it's going to look like that. Like that. And then you can put a staple in it or a piece of tape to make sure that our friends don't unfold while they're cutting or before they start cutting. And then when they unfold it, it will be a heart. Now, I'll show you how to glue it down. For this activity, you could use tape or glue stick or white glue. Glue stick works just fine though, if that's what you have. And I want my poppy to be right about there. So when I glue the poppies on, I want the tips of the hearts to touch. Like that. And then I put one this way. And we put one this way. Okay. And now I want to do another one beside. You can do one on your page. If your hearts are smaller and you have lots of extra space, you could do many poppies on your page. It depends how you want your art to look. It's all about what you like. And I've got 4 more, so I'm gonna put one there. I'm going to make the points touch, and then I'm going to put the other 2 the other way. One here. And one here. Okay. Now the last thing I want to do, 2 more things. I'm going to take some markers and I'm going to draw the black center on my poppy. And one over here. Like that. And I'm going to draw stems so that they look like they're growing out of the ground. Because otherwise they look like they're just kind of floating in space. There we are. So like I said, you could put 1 poppy on your page. You can put many poppies on your page and make it look like a whole field of them. It's up to you. The next one that I'm going to show you is a crayon resist painting. I've shown you this trick before, and I want to show you again. So if you have watercolor paint and crayons at home, you can do it this way. You can also do the drawing part of it and not add the paint. You can do that too. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to draw it with hearts. Same way. So I'm doing one heart here, and then I'm going to do another heart like that, attaching the points, and another one, like that. I'll do my black center, and then color it in. And I'm going to be putting paint over top, so I want to make sure that the crayon is nice and hard. You want to push hard when you color it so that the color is nice and solid. And then I'm going to do a stem going down. So there are the 4 hearts again. Do another one up here. I'm going to do 3 poppies on my picture. I think it would look really, really nice if there were more, but we will wait and see what all you decide to do with your artwork. The educators will be looking forward to seeing what kind of beautiful art you make. So. You can choose to do a sun in the sky. You can choose to do more details than what I'm doing here today. You can put a lot more detail in your picture if you choose to. You can always make your artwork your own by adding different things. Okay, so there are my 3 poppies. And now you could put clouds in the sky, you can put sun in the sky, whatever you like with your art. And now I have the watercolor paint. I'm going to choose a dark blue for mine. I have lots of traces on here. Many trays of watercolor paint have 1 of each color, not many shades to choose from. There's often just 1. And now I'm putting a little bit of water on the top with my paintbrush, and I'm taking the water from the top of the paint. I'm not digging in. I'm just taking the water from the top. And I'm going right over top of the crayon, because the crayon is wax and it will resist the paint. It will stick to the plain paper. It won't stick to where you've got the crayon. Like I said, you can always do the drawing part and not put the paint on top. If you don't have the paint at home, you just skip that part. You can still have fun with the drawing. You often have to keep adding water to watercolor paint. You often need a lot of water for watercolor painting. There we are. There's the second poppy picture that you could try. All right. I hope you have a lot of fun doing this artwork this week as you think about Remembrance Day and why it's such an important day for us. Remember, small scraps of paper like this that are smaller than your hand need to go in the garbage can. They cannot be recycled. And I did not use all of my rectangles that I cut for the hearts, so I can save this for next time for a different art activity. All right, I hope you have a lot of fun, and we'll see you soon.